Shalom, Kol Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The brother Yashawan back with another lesson. This one is going to be called They Had to Know. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to analyze a couple of recordings by George Clinton and crew, right, where they were going into, the chariots and other things that have to do with things that are mysteries and secrets in the scriptures, all right? And so the title, They Had to Know, with what they were saying, they were using a lot of metaphor. They were clowning. They were being buffoons, But apparently that's what you had to do in order to get the message out, right? And that's what they were clearly doing. And we're going to do a quick review on a couple of songs that, that go back before they were born, right? They go back to these old Negro spirituals, all right, which clearly, as you'll be able to see with Wikipedia and these other references, I mean, we already know what these things represent, and them being in the truth, it should be fairly obvious that they had to know. All right, so this is Revelation 11. We'll start at 12, all right? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. All right, this is talking about the chariots. All right, so let's get this real quick too. Yahweh Shai is coming back. This is Revelation 1. Let's go to 1 real quick. Yahweh Shai is coming back in a cloud, which is a chariot. Let's get that real quick. 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with cloud. Who is he? It's talking about Yahweh Shai. Behold, he cometh with clouds. He's coming back in a spaceship. And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Amen. Okay? More, let's get quickly Psalm 104. Right here, 104 and 3, who laid the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot. That's it right there. All right. Who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, all right? And the angels, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers of flaming fire, okay? So, now let's go to, let me see. First we're going to deal with Mothership Connection, okay? Parliament, let's get the, let's see. Let's get this first, let me see. P-Funk Mythology. Let's get this first. Mothership Connection, Star Child, let me see. All right, Mothership Connection, Star Child. Now, it took me a while to figure this out, but when they say Star Child, this is talking about Yahweh Shai. All right. It's a funk song by Parliament. It was the third and last single release from the group's 1970s. I remember this came out because my dad brought it home. We used to listen to it. Album Mothership Connection. The song introduces George Clinton's messianic, what is that? Messianic Hamashiach alien alter ego Star Child for the first time. Okay? The lyrics, swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride, quote the traditional spiritual swing down chariot or swing low. It says, is a traditional spiritual song, a humorous variation of swing low, sweet chariot. Okay? First popularized in the 40s by the Golden Gate Quartet. Later recorded by Elvis Presley, among others, letting you know that Elvis was a Jake and not the better known spiritual Swing Low Sweet Chariot. Okay? Now let's go to Swing Low Sweet Chariot. All right? So from the top, Swing Low Sweet Chariot is an African American spiritual song and one of the best known Christian hymns, originating in early oral and musical African American traditions, meaning we were out there singing this in the cotton field. The date it was composed is unknown. About the song. The earliest known recording of Swing Low was 1909. Okay, the song uses the theme of death to remind the audience of the glory that awaits in heaven, while Christians believe they will transcend the earthly world of suffering and come to rest in their final home. Okay, it's talking about the kingdom of heaven, right? So they knew. All right, it goes all the way back. Specifically, the text refers to the Old Testament account of the prophet Elijah's ascent into heaven by chariot. Wrong. It's talking about the New Testament. Okay, and they get it wrong all the time because they're trying to mislead you. They purposely have to mislead. Okay, let me see. All right, let's see. Let's pick some stuff out of here. Okay, Swing Low Sweet Chariot was composed by Wallace Willis, a Choctaw freedman. That's a Gadite. A Choctaw freedman in the old Indian Territory in what is now Choctaw Country, near the county seat of Hugo, Oklahoma. Talk about probably the Trail of Tears, most likely. It says, sometime after 1856, he may have been inspired by the sight of the Red River, which he was toiling, which reminded him of the Jordan River and of the prophet Elijah. Okay, he may have. See how they're taking you away, but it's still in the book, still in the Bible, being taken to heaven by a chariot. 2 Kings. All right, and then they go into Underground Railroad. No, I don't think so. Okay, this is clearly talking about the Most High and His Son coming back, and the angels coming back to beam us up, like we read in Revelation 11. Come up hither. Okay. Now let me see. Let's get some more. See. All right, let's read the lyrics. Lyrics. Swing low, sweet chariot coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? A band of angels. Come up hither. Coming for to carry me home. All right. The brightest day that I ever saw. All right. Let's see, content and style. What am I looking for here? All right. Like other spirituals, let's read this. Like other spirituals, Swing Low Sweet Chariot has been thought to contain coded meanings not immediately apparent to all listeners. American historian Charshie Charlotte Lawrence McIntyre argues that many spirituals make use of metonymic devices or metaphors that have encoded meanings. She claims that throughout many traditional spirituals, Several recurring figures always carry a metonymic double meaning. These double meanings allowed enslaved people to safely communicate messages of hope, freedom, and specific plans for escape to one another under the watchful gaze of their captors. All right? The double meanings encoded in Swing Low, Sweet Chariot are believed to be the Jordan River as representative of the first step to freedom from slavery, home as Africa, wrong. Okay, the river. Where's the River Jordan at? Not in Africa. Okay, it's over there in our motherland, which is Israel. All right, Africa, and Jesus as anyone who helps bring the enslaved to freedom. Wrong. Jesus would be Yahushai. Okay, who is gonna come and save us, all right, from our captivity. However, a definitive categorization of any such figures is impossible. They know clear and well what this song is about, okay? If it even says it in the lyrics right here, where is it? When Yahushua washed my sins away, coming forth to carry me home. Okay? Let's see, what else? All right, that's it on that. Okay, so this is Swing Low. And then they went into something, a different version. Where's that? Swing Down, Sweet Chariot. Where did that go? Okay, so apparently he got it from that. But they know, see, he knew what this was. And it's further, when we get to the next song, it's going to further indicate that they knew what they were talking about. So let's watch this. All right, this is the part of the song when they land the mothership on the stage, okay? This is Parliament, Mothership Connection, Star Child, live in Houston, 1976, okay?
Swing down, just stop there, let me ride. Put your hands together, y'all. Just stop there, let me ride. Swing down.
So they're singing it like a spiritual, like they're praying.
Just stop there,
like they're in church.
Somebody help me sing, y'all. After the mothership comes, there will be no second coming. When the mothership comes, yeah, you better be ready to ride. Houston, do you want to ride, y'all? Yeah, me ride.
They're talking about come up hither.
You want to ride tonight, y'all? Yeah, do you want to ride? Yeah. Do you want to ride? Bring it down one more time. I want to ride tonight. Yeah. Me ride. I want to ride tonight. Yeah. Me ride. I want the mothership to land right in here.
And by the way, it's the fathership.
And when it comes, I want to ride. Yeah.
When it comes.
Somebody help me sing Swing Down. Come on, you stand, y'all. Me ride. Come on, sing, y'all. Stop and let me ride. Somebody help me, Lord. Sing, yeah, me ride. Swing down, yeah. Stop. Wait a minute. Me ride. I think I see the mothership coming. Lord. I think I hear the mothership coming. Yeah. I think I see the mothership coming. Yeah. I think I see the mothership coming. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, see the mothership coming. Oh, see the mothership coming. Yeah.
people in the audience, right? And then the mothership comes down and lands, and then Star Child, who represents Yahweh Shai, steps out of the vehicle. He comes up, and then he steps out of the vehicle. That's him right there coming up. And there he is. All right. Now, of course, they had to, disguise and use certain. They had to use certain, comedy, and they had to cloak, what they were doing. All right. So that's one. All right. Let's quickly look at the Mothership lyrics. All right. Now here's some of the things that I recognize right away. All right. Well, all right, Star Child, citizens of the universe. Okay. And right here, recording angels. That's what they're calling themselves. Recording angels. All right. We have returned to claim the pyramids, parting on the mothership. I am the mothership connection. All right. He's the intercessor. All right. So let me see. It says, Star Child here, put a glide in your stride, a dip in your hip, and come on up to the mothership. Come up hither. All right? It says, basic. Even your memory banks haven't forgotten this funk. All right, and I'm going to show you what funk means in a minute. All right? All right? Basic. Even your memory banks, meaning this thing is written in your spirit. Right? And educate means to draw out, meaning to draw out what is already inside of you. Okay? Let's see. It says, let me put on my sunglasses sunglasses here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay? That, to me, goes back to the They Live glasses. Right? Right? And then it goes into swing low. Right? And then it says right here, it says, when Gabriel's horn blows, you better be ready to go. Okay? Swing low, time to move on. Light years in time ahead of our time. Okay? So clearly, even this right here, when Gabriel's horn blows, you better be ready to go. The sound of the trumpet. Okay? Better be ready to go where? To get beamed up. Come up hither. All right? So that's letting you know. Let's see. Go back here. Let's swing my sweet chariot. I want. Let's see. This is what I Okay, let's go to P-Funk mythology on Wikipedia real quick. And it went into, okay, it says P-Funk mythology. It says P-Funk mythology was just one tool in the conglomerate's arsenal. By the mid-70s, Clinton was rebranding funk as many things at once: an aesthetic, a marketing ploy, a black cultural nationalist battle plan, and a way of being, if not a spiritual discipline. And a way of being, if not a spiritual discipline. He was drawing on everything from hipster lingo of the beboppers, early black radio DJs, and the apocalyptic anti-slave massa edicts of the Nation of Islam. I don't know about that. Maybe Dr. York. As well as the Yippies and the Black Panthers. It says Clinton was positioning P-Funk as a radical response to the American police state and the antithesis of everything that was sterile, one-dimensional, monochromatic, arrhythmic, and otherwise against freedom of bodily expression in the known universe. Now, this is the point. In its simplest iteration, Clinton posited that funk was equivalent with the truth. Okay? Clinton posited that funk was equivalent with the truth. All right? That's what I wanted to get out of that. Funkadelic is defined as socially conscious spiritualism. Okay? So, at some point, okay, using those old spirituals, right, which have that comes straight out of the scriptures. There's a knowledge there. Okay, so I wanted to point that out. Now we're going to the next one. All right. She'll be coming around the mountain. I've done lessons on this before. All right, so this is Wikipedia. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. All right. Sometimes referred to as Coming Around the Mountain is a traditional folk song often characterized as cheer. The song is derived from Christian spiritual known as When the Chariot Comes. Okay? Now we're gonna skip down here to what? Background, all right? The first appearance of She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain in print was Carl Sandburg's The American Songbook. Sandburg reports that the Negro spiritual, When the Chariot Comes, which was sung to the same melody, was adapted by railroad workers in the Midwestern United States during the 1890s. It is often heard today with responses that add on to the previous verse. Okay, so then it says, the original song was published in Old Plantation Hymns in 1899. Here's the point. It ostensibly refers to the second coming of Hamashiach and subsequent rapture. All right? Or when we get beamed up, saved. With she referring to the chariot that the returning Hamashiach is depicted as driving. Okay, so when you see Star Child come out of that ship, what they're doing is they're trying to show you that that's Yahweh Shah. Okay? All right? Now it goes off and it tries to distract you. Typically, she would refer to the church itself, not a chariot, since nowhere in the Bible is Hamashiach on a chariot. That's a lie, because we proved it at the beginning of this video. All right? We proved that, so that's a little distraction. Like many spirituals that originated in the African American community, this was probably a coded anthem, right, for the Underground Railroad. No, straight out of the scriptures. All right? All right, that's it on that. Okay? So this is showing you, all right? What is it? She'll be coming around the mountain. Let's talk about what mountain. Let's get it. This mountain. All right? This is 2 Ezra 13:6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. All right? And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. When he turned to see his countenance, when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Okay, so that mountain, she'll be coming around the mountain. What mountain? Okay, this mountain. All right. Now, I just saw this the other day as I was looking for Mothership Connection. I remember seeing this. Let me see. Let's go to, we can go here. All right. I remember laughing to myself years and years and years ago. I'm like, why do these niggas insist on doing child songs and nursery rhymes and Dr. Seuss type shit? Really, they were sending a message. Okay. I saw this the other day, and it reminded me.
Grammarly helps you work.
Slovakia. This is Coming Round the Mountain, George Clinton Parliament Funkadelic. Okay, watch this.
Riding two white horses with snow, coming around the mountain with snow. Get out on the dance floor with you go.
Now, of course, these niggas was wicked as hell and they were doing some crazy shit. But there's a message. What are they doing?
Because we like it. That's all. Because we like it. That's all. Because we like it. That's all. Riding to my horses with guns. Rolling down the mountain with guns.
All right, so that's good enough. All right, so they had to know. All right? They had to know what was going on. All right? Getting beamed up. We're going to get one more, and then we're going to go ahead and close it up. This is Acts 1. All right. Start at 6. The ascension, what is that? Okay. This is how Yahushua left when he took off. All right. Swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride. All right. Acts 1 and 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore the kingdom to Israel? And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and to the uttermost parts of the earth. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? The same Yahushua which is taken up from you into heaven shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. All right? So basically, Yahushua got beamed up, right? He was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And we know that the clouds are the chariots of Israel. All right? So they had to know what they were talking about. Just doing those songs and redoing them, whatever they were doing. Really, they were sending a message. They were making themselves look like buffoons and clowns, but there was a message in what they were saying, and that vibration was going out. Another thing is they say that the reason that they went from vinyl records to the digital format, which is MP3s or whatever, CDs and that whole thing, they had to make the switch because there was a vibration, there was a frequency that was going out. When you put that needle, when you had a record player, you had something called the stylus or the needle. And the needle was made of a diamond, okay? And you put that diamond on that wax, and the wax had grooves cut into it, all right? So, and the needle would bring out the etchings that were cut into the vinyl, and what was cut into the vinyl was the actual reproduction of the frequencies of the music that was recorded. So those frequencies, it was said that they used to have something called house parties, and during the early mid 70s, those house parties, what was going on as this devil was pumping out things to destroy Jake and make them eat pork, which was destroying their bodies, and the dope and the heroin and all of the shit that the water, the fluoride in the water and all of that, which is killing the body. They said that the frequencies that were coming out of the speakers from the vinyl, from the diamond, they were actually healing Jake. So you would go to the house party and feel those vibrations, and you would get, you would actually get a healing, right? Your body was healing itself through the vibrations that were coming through the speakers. So they figured that out. They said, how are these niggas, evading it's the music that they're listening to? No, it was the frequency of what they were doing with the music, right? And it was actually correcting some of the harm that was being done with what these devils were, doing in their effort to poison us and to, fulfill their genocide with us. All right, so I just thought I'd throw that in. So with that, we're going to go ahead and close, and I might have to do a video on that. I'm gonna search it out about the vinyl to digital, or when they went from even on the saturation on analog tape is the same thing. Okay, so they had to, because a CD, when you're dealing with digital, it's not the actual frequency. It's a picture, if you will. They take a picture of the sound of the waveform, and then they play it back through the picture, and it's not the same frequency. So you're not getting the beneficial effects that they were getting at the house parties and you know, so on and so forth. So with that, again, I hope that the elect were edified, and we will see you on the next one.